Sun Valley. This is Marie's Kitchen. Welcome. Well, today we have a little bit some kind of different show. We have a star because my friend Sheila, she's the queen of the mud pie, but she brought a little piece of her family today, and we are gonna let her introduce her two granddaughters. Sheila?
This is Grace and Tierney and her older sister Lily Tierney.
They're not gonna join us for the whole show, but they will make some appearances because we need the space to cook. And today Sheila's gonna share with her. We are lucky because she's sharing her mud pie recipe. Hi Sheila, this is your space now. I'm gonna be your helper. But before we do that, I would like you to introduce yourself and explain the famous mud pie. I don't know if everybody knows, but you own the Pioneer Saloon, right?
Yes, with my former husband, Duffy.
Yes, in Ketchum. So go ahead, explain to us, to our viewers, what's so famous about the mud pie?
I love baking.
Okay.
And it started when my kids got, I think my son Dylan was in kindergarten, and then 3rd and 5th grade, the kids. I needed something to do, and I absolutely love coffee ice cream. And back in those days, it wasn't easy to find, so sometimes I would get vanilla ice cream and put coffee crystals in and mix it up in my food processor so I could have coffee ice cream.
Make your own coffee ice cream.
But originally, I think mud pie started back with the Chart House out of Hawaii and California. They made mud pie.
Okay.
And it's basically just a cookie crumb crust with coffee ice cream and a fudge topping. And then at the Pioneer, they serve it with whipped cream on top.
So what is the first step, Sheila?
The first step is I use Oreo cookie crumbs.
Yum.
And these happen to already have been in the food processor with the cream filling. The
Okay.
cream filling's in there.
Oh,
so
it
that,
is?
Yes, it is. It helps bind it, so you don't need quite as much butter. And this is a 9-inch springform pan.
9 inches.
So it's going to be and this is about 30. If you were to go to the store and buy a package of Oreo cookies, it's about 30 cookies.
30.
And this is about 3.5 cups.
3.5 cups.
Crumbs. So, anyways, first step is to put the cookies in and crunch them all up, and then add the butter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pour these pre-measured in, and this is butter melted. This is 2 sticks of butter, so that's half a pound of butter. I'm going to kind of add it slowly because I don't want to put too much butter in, and I'm not sure if this might be a little too much.
Okay.
But anyway, so we're going to start by just pouring it in and just kind of see what the consistency is as we go.
And what are you looking for, Sheila, for the consistency?
I'm looking for it to bind together.
Okay.
Just to bind together.
Okay.
In my opinion, if there's too much butter, it's hard to cut the crust because
Okay.
the butter all freezes. That's enough. So we left a quarter cup in there. So, so that was about 3/4 of a cup of butter.
Yep, you were right. How long have you been making this mud pie?
About 40 years. 40 years, maybe. I would make 8 in a week.
8 in
and
a week.
there is a story.
There is? Oh, I want to hear the story then.
wanna-
I want to hear it.
Okay, I know a lot of my friends know this story, but back in 1985, I could use my own kitchen. It didn't have to be a commercial kitchen.
Right.
And so I would make them at home. And so one day I made 8 mud pies, and the next day
For the
took them out of the freezer, put them in the back of the pickup truck, drove to the Pioneer. There wasn't one mud pie left in the truck.
Ouch.
I
What
had left the tailgate open. I had left the tailgate open. So I'm going, oh no, oh my goodness. So I'm driving home and I'm looking everywhere. Right as I had pulled out of the driveway on the highway, there they all were, all over the highway. There was one that I salvaged. It had a little bit of gravel on it, but I just kind of brushed it off. But later, only about 4 or 5 years ago, I found out that a good friend of mine, her mother had witnessed the whole thing. Her mother's no longer living, but she had been behind me and saw the whole thing happen.
Oh,
So-
well, that's a cute story, though.
Cute story.
Well,
Anyway.
but you have to start all over again.
Yes, I had to start all over again.
Yep.
Anyway, so actually I'm going to spray the pan.
Okay.
Just makes it easy for it to come out.
Yeah.
Even though it has all that butter in it.
Yeah, of course.
Just
But that's
insurance.
This one doesn't have any calories, so that's okay. You can go
Good.
for it. 0 calories.
Okay, so here go the crumbs.
Oh, can I help you?
Oh, sure.
Oh, but no, you don't need help. There.
Yeah, get them all out.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
get 'em all out.
Okay.
Yep.
So then I'm just gonna start turning the pan and pushing
Mm-hmm.
it with my hands because you want it to go all the way up the sides to within about a quarter inch of the top, half
Okay.
inch of the top, because we're gonna leave that much space so we can put frosting on. When I'm forming the crust, I like to use a nice flat bottom glass. Any glass that's in your kitchen with a flat bottom will work. And so what I do is I just press it down. After I've spread the cookie crumbs out, I press it up against the side. And I use my thumb right here to help get the edge just right,
To make it.
to make the
sure
edge.
it's
And any
really-
crumbs that fall back down in, they
Oh, I
get
see.
pushed back in.
Because the base is really important in
Well,
this
it
recipe
is.
when you cut.
Yeah.
Because it always appears on the plate when I
Yeah.
go to the Pioneer on a nice, stable piece of. Oh, it's a huge piece.
One year we were sitting at the Pioneer, we cut into the mud pie and it flew across the table
Oh,
because
no.
the crust was so hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
something.
guess what?
No. What?
I forgot one of the ingredients, which is my secret ingredient.
Ah.
It's my secret. It doesn't really make a big difference, but it's a teaspoon of cinnamon.
It gives a little kick.
That's what
like
makes
a-
it Sheila's famous mud pie, because it has cinnamon in it. If I were at home, I might put this in the freezer for a little bit just to harden it up.
Okay.
But because we don't have that time right now, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to rinse my hands.
Yeah, it's right here, Sheila. You can have it.
Okay, and then we're going to put the softened coffee ice cream into the crust. Okay, so now that our crust is done, we're going to put the softened coffee ice cream in. It's probably close to a half gallon of ice cream.
How many pieces do you serve with one pie?
8.
8.
Yes.
Really?
Anyway, just
Look at that. Oh my gosh.
spreading it out.
Nice.
And, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect on the top because it's going to get frosting. It's going to get
Right.
the hot fudge super thick frosting.
Chocolate, right?
Chocolate, yes. So at this point, we're going to put the pie in the freezer for until this is hard enough to frost, probably at least 2 hours. Ideally, when you make this, you might make it the day before that
Yeah.
you want to serve it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the freezer.
Okay.
So we've been putting the frosting on top, and it's nice, thick, heavy, fudgy frosting, and you just want to be like you're frosting a cake. You just spread it around, just exactly as if you're frosting a cake. And I like to put a good quarter to half inch on top
Oh boy.
because that's what really makes it good.
And Sheila, because we don't buy those are for restaurant, those jars.
Right.
But we can find them in any grocery store, the fudge, right?
Yeah, as long as you don't
As
buy
long
the
as it's
syrup.
thick,
And
okay.
about a jar would probably be enough for one 9-inch mud pie.
Okay.
There we go. And we're
Wow.
going to put this in the freezer again and let it get nice and hard.
Okay. All right. And would you say how long more after you put the fudge? Like an hour, 2 hours?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
We'll be right back for the conclusion of the exciting mud pie, famous mud pie from the Pioneer in our own valley here in Ketchum, Idaho. See you in a bit.
Let the event dazzle your guests by creating a sensational experience. Let the event take your party over the top.
Inner Health MD is family medicine like it used to be. Affordable, personal, and looking to the future.
All right, Sheila, this is the product, the final product. Well, not quite final because we're gonna have some little extra there. And I have to tell you, if you watch the show, you know that by now. This is my favorite part of the show. It's always the testing. I love to taste. But this time I have to share. So we are gonna ask your two granddaughter, and I think they call you Yaya. Yaya. Okay, Lily and Grayson, come on in. We are gonna play it now. And Yaya's gonna open for us the pan there, and I'm happy I don't have to do that. Go ahead, Sheila, it's all yours. Oh, do you have a trick for that?
Well, normally it's a little harder. There we go. Grayson, will you put that in the sink, please? Thank you. Okay, and then we have to get the bottom off.
Oh boy.
Ooh, here it comes.
Here it comes.
Say a little prayer. Okay.
Wow. Do you want me to take that?
Yes,
Okay,
perfect.
got
Okay, so what I like to do is get the knife nice and hot because this is really cold. It's frozen hard. And you have to be really careful because you can cut yourself really
Yes,
easily
yes.
with this. So, okay, so here we go. I'm gonna cut this into 8 pieces. The girls
I
love
would
baking. All these cooking shows they have on now, they've got really excited
Well,
about
don't you
baking.
think it's fun though that you can do
There.
something with your
All right.
family?
All right, so
All right.
may I have a plate, please, Lily?
Okay, Lily. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
There it is, and you can
There
see
it
how
is.
thick that frosting is.
Oh my God. Okay, one for Grayson there. Go ahead, Lily. Perfect.
Grayson, there we go. One for Marie.
Yes, but I think it's
Maybe you and I could share a piece.
Oh, yes.
Should we cut it in half?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
We'll-
ma'am.
we'll cut this in
yes,
half.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
There goes.
I know it's not.
There
but
we
that's
go.
Okay. And you know what I like to do? Who wants to play with the whipped cream? Because I think
Oh,
we
that's
need
right.
whipped cream, right?
That's right. So, after it's plated up,
All right,
do some
Lily,
whipped
are you
cream.
in charge? On yours. Go ahead, push. Ah! I knew it. Yeah, go
go
ahead.
squeeze it.
I think it's empty. This is homemade.
Maybe
Let's
it's
try-
empty. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Grayson, you want to try? Oh, you've got it in your hair.
Well, there you go.
there we go.
That's live TV for you.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Oh.
Thank you. I think
You're
I have
welcome.
to refill. All right.
Oh, yum.
Well, I'm going to have a taste before I say goodbye to everybody.
Whoops.
And let me see. Gosh, that thing is so good.
Okay.
All right. Well, there is
got-
another fun
Messy.
family show this time. I want to thank my girlfriend Sheila. And Sheila, thank you so much for coming and joining us this morning in my kitchen. I'm sure I will see you. Then if you want to taste this delicious dessert, you are always welcome to go to the Pioneer. I didn't finish my story with the potato, but that's okay because you should try that too. And then you'll have for 2 more meals. It's so big. And thank you so much, Sheila, for coming, bringing your 2 granddaughter.
It's our pleasure.
Look
Thank
at
you.
those- Look at those girls having fun here.
Oh, you got it on your nose.
Thank you so much. And we say goodbye, Grayson, Lily. Look at the camera and say au revoir. See you soon in
Bye.
Marie's Kitchen, Ion Sun Valley. Bye-bye.